good to go. Maybe. We might be on. I think we are. Whoops. I think when it blinks, it's like, ta-da! You're here!
All right.
Happy Saturday, everybody!
Lovely
Christina
Saturday.
Rue from HLC Bookkeeping and Office Solutions here to talk about our HLC Saturday Solutions. I'm here with Madam President
Krista.
Rue. And we do Saturday Solutions every Saturday, 2-ish, where we talk about at least three.
Right.
Sometimes you get a bonus.
That's correct.
At least three things that have come up during the week, whether in our personal life or our business life or our spiritual life, and just kind of talk about, because it seems to be around in the vicinity, that sort of thing. So it's you just never know what we're going to talk about. So
unless you give us the topic.
Exactly.
And then you know.
Exactly. Then you would know. I
That's
didn't
it.
get feedback for the topic this week. I usually do. Oh, I did get feedback to move the water bottle that we use for the plants. So I did. You'll see there's no longer a yellow water bottle there.
Okay.
So thank you for the feedback.
All right. All right. So first we're going to start with just repeating what we did last week, which was we talked about repeat and long-term customers, about why those should be our goal versus the one and done type clients. New business, and we dealt with some of the ERC questions that we're getting, the employee retention credit. And then as a bonus topic, we talked a little bit about accountants and why they're important to have them in your stable of consultants.
They need to be on your team.
Yes, they do. All right. So the did you start with these? Because you didn't write your topic in here.
Oh, the topics for today, the first one we're talking about are what to do with business cards.
Okay.
And then, hold on.
Okay.
The second one is
best advice ever given.
Oh, best advice ever given. And the third is anticipation. So we'll let you know for that one. Okay.
All right. So a lot of times we get questions that are like, we go to these networking groups. People give us their business cards. What am I to do with them? They just sit on my desk. They stress me out. Well, here is something you can do with them. If you have QuickBooks desktop, there's a thing called Other Names. And that's where you put the information for the people who are not vendors, meaning you don't pay them. They're not customers, meaning they don't pay you. But they're people you might want to know in the future.
And have information on if you need to get in touch with.
So you just go to lists, other names, put the business card information in there, throw away the business card.
Yep.
That's it. And what's nice about lists in QuickBooks, you can print them if you decide to have a marketing campaign. You can go to lists, print your other names lists, and now you can make labels. Yeah,
because the nice thing in QuickBooks Desktop is whenever somebody's in the other names list, and if they become a client or become a vendor, you can move them over.
Right.
Once. You can move them once.
You can say this is now a customer.
And then it puts them in your customer list.
And you don't have to re-enter. It just moves the whole thing.
Beautiful.
Now, sort of along those topics, bonus topic here, is if you have someone who's a customer and a vendor, you must set them up as a customer and a vendor.
Two separate modules.
Yes.
One gives you money, one you pay.
Right. So don't pay the vendor using the customer code.
Correct.
You have to use the vendor name. Correct. Not the customer
name. Why is this important? If this vendor is supposed to receive a 1099 and you use the customer name instead of the vendor name,
not going to be on your report.
Doesn't show up on your report.
That's right.
So, You know, plus you want to keep it separate.
You do.
Yes, because like they're in a capacity as a customer and as a vendor. They're the best kind to have, really.
They really are.
Yeah.
They really are. Yes, but please, 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 because from a transactional
Standpoint
point of view, you have to do it separately.
Absolutely.
Please, please, please. All right.
That was a good bonus.
I thought so too.
Good bonus.
I thought so too. All right. So, second topic is, what is the best advice you were ever given? And it can be, after I said ever given, that implies it's one. But sometimes you're told 2 or 3 life-changing words that totally make you rethink how you're doing everything.
Shake you up.
Shake you up. And those are the stuff you need to be sharing when you're networking. Because if it changed your life, it can change others' lives.
Else's. Yep.
Right. So like, we're very big on sharing, because why make people take 10 years to learn what you could tell them in a day? It will change their life.
Correct.
So one of the best things I was ever told, I was a brand new manager, had never been a manager before. And I was starting as the office manager of a country club, and the treasurer said, I'm going to tell you a piece of advice I was told, and it changed my life. And I'm like, okay, so ears perked up. And he said, when you have a piece of paper, touch it once. You read it, you deal with it, and you file it. All in one step. Because otherwise, he goes, papers will linger on your desk.
Not only that, they seem to multiply.
Yes. Yes.
You can't tell me they don't get together and have more paper babies. Because like, I'll start with a little stack and then whoop.
Yeah, but honestly, so like, I really, really tried. But I know there are times you're like, I can't deal with this yet because there are other things that have to fall in place. And what I find is that that frustrates me. Because I want to touch it once, deal with it, file it, and never have to see it again in my life.
But sometimes you can't.
Right.
So you have to have a place for them.
Right.
The best advice I ever got was actually from Krista, who she told me, well, you need a place for each client. That it's not in the file because it's not done yet. Correct. So you need like an in process station.
Right.
And so I did that.
By client.
And so then I can look in my office every day and say, there's stuff in that client's bin. I have to take care of that. There's stuff in this.
It's life-changing.
It is completely life-changing.
Because so then you can go boop, boop, boop versus let me go through these papers.
And from a business perspective, another good nugget I got. When you start a business, never do anything for free. Because if you don't value what you do, nobody else will.
That's very
true. Yes, I get it. Do a family, friends,
discount,
whatever. Never for free. That was from
Mr. Clay.
Mr. Clay, our original accountant. God rest his soul. He was a fabulous person who kind of poured into our business.
Yeah, he was one of those people that wants to share wisdom. He would literally take time whenever, because he was one of my treasurers at one of my country clubs. And when I told him I was going to start my business, he goes, well, why don't you just come to my office and we'll talk about it? That was amazing. Because then I got to hear from an accountant perspective what he would like bookkeepers to be doing that would make his life easier. That was invaluable. Invaluable.
Started us off on the right foot.
It did. Absolutely. Because instead of me thinking, well, this is what I would think they'd need.
You had it straight from them. Yeah.
Right. From someone I trusted.
Yep. Absolutely. So share your wisdom. And like we have, I call my Wowies, my Women of Wisdom network, that when I need advice or whatever, I give them a call, send them an email, meet them for dinner.
That's right.
They kind of build us up and like give us the right information that we need to hear, even if we don't want to hear it.
Tough love.
So, like, have people in your life that's going to do that for you.
Speak
Absolutely.
truth. Whether you want to hear it or not, you have to hear truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So now, anticipation.
No, you have to say it. Anticipation.
Isn't that from a movie?
Yes. Do you know which one?
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay. So
I love Tim
if
Curry.
you've never seen that movie,
it's crazy.
It's hysterically funny. Raunchy. It's raunchy, but hysterically funny. But that to me was the funniest thing. And I always remember that. And I'm like, that's great business advice. Anticipate the needs of your clients.
That's correct.
And what I thought was funny, so I get in my car yesterday and my phone is telling me, you usually go here, you're 7 minutes away. And I'm like, how does my phone know where I go on Fridays? How does it know? It anticipated based on my history.
That's right.
So when's the last time we anticipated not only the needs of our clients, but the needs of our family, the needs of our friends, the needs of our significant others? Do we even take time to do that?
For yourself.
Oh.
Because oftentimes you consider yourself last.
Last.
But if you're a caregiver, you have to take care of yourself too.
Exactly. So I guess my number 3 topic was the whole, yes, it's funny because of the movie. And like, I want to watch it again because I'm like, I'm sure
it's been 20
It's even
years,
more cakey than I remember. But again, that's the word. Like, you can do it in the word. Anticipation.
Okay.
So do it. Anticipate.
Yeah. That's very true, because if you've thought ahead of, okay, here's the road, what turns could happen, then honestly, when those turns happen, you're not fazed by it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just, okay, plan B, and I already have that, so here we go.
Yep. And like, I know for me, sometimes the fact that I don't have time to even anticipate the needs of myself tells me I need to look at my schedule.
Yep.
Like, what is up with that?
Yeah.
So, like, you have to have a healthy balance. Maybe we should talk about the whole block scheduling again next time, because we've talked, I don't know if we've talked about that in this forum.
I don't think I've talked in detail
in other seminars about it, but like, that's so important, and it lets you, I am so excited that I took time off next week. I'm so excited by that. Do you know how long it's been?
Okay.
I'm so excited. I anticipated my need for sanity.
And we want her to have it.
Yes, we do.
We do. Very much so.
All right. Look, I spilled everything.
Because you got very
animated.
Mm-hmm. All right. So those were our topics. It was short and sweet this time. Short and sweet.
13 minutes, 13 and a half.
And again, if you guys have something you want to talk about, we're more than happy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is Krista and Christina Rue from HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services. Our phone number is 724-561-7460.
Mm-hmm.
Our email is office@yourhlc.com.
Mm-hmm.
And website?
www.hlcbookkeeping.com, which you already said, but I just said it again. Isn't it at the end of the email address?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. And no, it's
office@yourhlc.
Yeah.
I could have sworn you just did it, though. Did you do it?
We have both. It all gets here.
It's fine.
It all gets here. Yep. But again, I'm not the techie one. So while she's asking me technical questions, I'm not going to know the answer to that.
That's what I've learned to do.
Stay in your lane.
Oh, I know that's one we're going to talk about next week.
That's true.
The wisdom of youth right there.
Okay, I'll put that one down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look, we already have 2 topics for next week.
I mean, that's crazy.
That's great. We're
Get you a third topic in.
Yeah,
the first one to get a topic
that's right.
in, we're going to talk about it.
All right. So have a blessed day,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope everything is as you desire.
Okay, that sounds good. All right.
Bye-bye.